In a world woven with wonder and the quiet magic of nature, a story unfolds on a sun-dappled mountain path. Our tale begins with a little boy named Leo, only 7 years old, who found himself terribly lost. He had wandered away from his family during a hike, chasing a colorful butterfly that danced just beyond his reach. Now, the butterfly was gone, and so was the familiar trail. The forest, once friendly and bright, seemed vast and intimidating. Sunlight filtered through the thick canopy of leaves, casting long, shifting shadows on the ground. Leo sat huddled against a large, mossy rock, his small body trembling. His knees were pulled up to his chest, a fortress against the growing fear. His face was smudged with dirt, and tear tracks carved clean lines down his dusty cheeks. Every snap of a twig, every rustle of leaves, made his heart jump. He was all alone, and as the sun began to dip lower in the sky, his hope started to fade. He sniffled, wiping his eyes with the back of his hand, and wished with all his might that his mum and dad would find him. But Leo wasn't entirely alone. High above him, nestled in the broad green leaves of a tall banana tree, a pair of intelligent eyes watched him carefully. A large monkey with wise, gentle features had been observing the small human for some time. He saw the boy's distress, heard his quiet sobs, and felt a pang of sympathy. The monkey scratched its head, a thoughtful expression on its face, as if pondering what to do. It had seen many humans on these trails, but never one so small and so frightened. From his high perch, surrounded by clusters of ripe yellow bananas, the monkey weighed his options. He was cautious by nature, but the boy's vulnerability stirred something protective within him. He decided he couldn't just sit by and do nothing. With a soft chitter, the monkey made up his mind. It was time to help. He carefully selected the most perfect sun-ripened banana from a nearby bunch, its yellow peel a beacon of sweetness. With graceful agility, the monkey shimmied down the trunk of the banana tree. He moved with a quiet confidence, making almost no sound as his feet touched the forest floor. He approached the boy slowly, not wanting to startle him. Leo, lost in his own sorrow, didn't notice the monkey until it was right beside him. He looked up, his tear-filled eyes widening in surprise as the monkey gently, almost reverently, placed the ripe banana in his lap. It was a simple offering, a gift of kindness from an unexpected friend. The monkey's posture was calm and reassuring, its dark eyes filled with a warmth that seemed to say, "Everything will be okay." For a moment, Leo forgot his fear. He stared at the monkey, then at the banana, and a tiny spark of hope flickered back to life inside him. He hadn't eaten in hours, and the sweet smell of the fruit made his stomach rumble. He gave the monkey a small, watery smile. The monkey seemed to understand. Seeing that the boy was no longer crying, it stood up to its full height, a look of determination on its face. It turned and pointed a long, steady finger down a winding trail that led away from the dense thicket and towards the lower part of the mountain. The path was faint, one Leo had completely missed, but it curved gently downhill, bathed in a soft, encouraging light. It was a path of hope. a way out. Leo watched the monkey, understanding the silent instruction. He clutched the precious banana in one hand, using the other to push himself up from the ground. Wiping the last of his tears away, he stood on wobbly legs, his gaze fixed on the trail his new guide had revealed. The fear was still there, but now it was mixed with a sense of wonder and a growing trust in this incredible creature. He was ready to follow. With a happy grunt, the monkey turned and bounded ahead, leading the way down the mountain. It moved with an easy, joyful rhythm, its long limbs carrying it effortlessly over rocks and roots. Leo followed as closely as he could, his small legs working hard to keep up. He clutched his banana like a treasure, a symbol of the kindness he had been shown. Every so often, the monkey would pause, scampering up a low-hanging branch or a tall rock to look back, its intelligent eyes checking to make sure Leo was still there, still safe. It would wait for him to catch up, offering a soft chitter of encouragement before continuing their journey. The forest no longer seemed scary. With his brave guide leading the charge, it felt like an adventure. The world blurred around them in a rush of green and brown as they descended, a boy and a monkey united in their shared purpose. A real smile, bright and genuine, spread across Leo's face for the first time that day. Meanwhile, at the base of the mountain, a different kind of drama was playing out. In a wide open clearing where the trail was supposed to end. Leo's parents paced back and forth, their faces etched with worry. The sun was getting lower, casting long golden rays across the sky, but the beautiful sunset brought them no comfort. Leo's mother, Sarah, wrung her hands, her heart aching with a fear she had never known. She kept calling his name, her voice cracking with emotion, her eyes scanning the dense tree line for any sign of her son. Leo's father, Mark, tried to stay strong, but his calm facade was crumbling. He paced the clearing, shouting Leo's name until his throat was raw, his eyes searching the vast mountain that rose ominously behind them. Every minute that passed felt like an hour. They had called for help, and rangers were on their way, but the waiting was unbearable. The world felt silent and empty without their son's laughter. Then, just as despair began to set in, a small figure emerged from the edge of the forest. It was Leo. He was dirty, his clothes were rumpled, but he was safe. "Mum, Dad," he cried, his voice filled with pure joy and relief. He broke into a run, his little legs pumping as fast as they could carry him across the clearing. Sarah let out a sob of pure relief and dropped to her knees, opening her arms wide. Leo crashed into her embrace, burying his face in her shoulder. She held him tightly, rocking him back and forth, whispering his name over and over. Mark rushed to their side, tears of joy streaming down his face as he reached out to stroke his son's hair. The family was whole again. As they held each other in a tight hug, they noticed a figure standing quietly at the edge of the trees, watching them. It was the monkey, its mission complete, a silent guardian observing the beautiful reunion. Once the initial wave of overwhelming emotion had passed, Leo, still holding his half-eaten banana, began to tell his parents everything. He pointed excitedly toward the tree line. "He helped me. The monkey showed me the way," he exclaimed. Mark looked up and saw the monkey, who was still watching them with its wise, calm eyes. A wave of immense gratitude washed over him. This creature had saved his son. He walked slowly toward the monkey, holding out his hand not as a threat, but as a gesture of peace and thanks. To his astonishment, the monkey stepped forward and placed its hand in his, shaking it firmly like an old friend. The monkey looked proud, a faint smile playing on its lips. Sarah and Leo watched, laughing through their tears at the incredible sight. Leo stood close to his father, pointing at his furry hero, his heart bursting with affection for the friend who had led him out of the darkness. "We have to thank him properly," Sarah said, her voice warm with emotion. "What do monkeys like to eat?" Leo's face lit up. "Bananas," he shouted. "He gave me one." At the mention of the word bananas, the monkey's ears perked up. Its eyes went wide with excitement, and it began to clap its hands together with unrestrained glee. The serious, wise guide was suddenly replaced by a playful, joyful friend. The sound of its happy clapping echoed in the quiet clearing. Sarah and Mark burst out laughing. The tension and fear of the day melted away, replaced by pure, light-hearted joy. It was a perfect, funny, and heartwarming moment. They knew just how to repay their new friend. The promise of more bananas was the best thank you gift they could possibly offer. In the background, the faint outline of banana trees near their home seemed to promise a long and happy friendship. And so, as the golden sun finally dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, the family started their walk home. Leo walked between his parents, holding both of their hands, his heart full. He chattered excitedly, recounting every detail of his grand adventure. He wasn't scared of the memory. He was proud. He had been lost, but he had also been brave, and he had made an extraordinary friend. Above them, their hero followed, not on the path, but in the trees. The monkey swung effortlessly from branch to branch. A new bunch of bananas clutched in its hand, happily munching away as it escorted its new family home. It was a perfect ending to an unforgettable day, a testament to the fact that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places, and that a single act of kindness can change everything. Thank you for watching,